Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie, I'm glad you're here. And welcome back to my How to Make 2025 Your Best Year Yet series. This is the last part and today we're talking all about money, investing and how you can financially glow up. And I would say without further talking, we just get right into it. First things first, you need to know your numbers to know how you can build a good financial plan for 2025. You need to figure out how much you earn, so what are you getting paid, how much you spend, and what you owe and what you own. How much you earn is easy to figure out. You just need to see which number is standing on your paycheck, and if you have other things you get money from, put that down in your earning list. How much you spend is kind of easy to figure out. There are two things that you can do for that. First thing is what other things you need to spend money on. Rent, groceries, gas, and things like that. And what are things that you are spending money on? For example, your daily coffee run, eating out, streaming platforms. And the third thing is what you owe. So where are debts that you haven't paid off fully? For example, your college debt or just any debt in general. And what you own. Do you already save money or invest money on something? And then you can figure that all out. For that, you can use budgeting apps. There are a lot of those that make tracking your money a lot easier. I, for example, use Notion because it's free and I use Notion for a lot of other stuff as well. And there I have a budgeting list where I put everything in that I need to spend in the month and what I earn, and I see how much money I have left to figure out what I want to do with that. So that's the first step we're taking towards a financial glow up. You need to figure out how your financial health is doing currently. There's no judgment in this step. You just need to be aware of how much you can spend, how much you can save, and how much you have to set aside for your debt. Step 2 is building a budget that works for you. You can use an app for that as well. You can use a paper planner for that, or you can use Notion as well. This is not a Notion ad, but I just love using Notion for that. And you create basically a budget that fits you and your life and your lifestyle, but you also need to figure out how much you want to spend now that fits your current lifestyle and how much you want to save so that you can get towards your lifestyle and financial goal that you set at the beginning of the year. You can use the 50-30-20 rule for that, which basically means 50% of your money can go into everything that you really need. For example, 50% of your money goes into rent, your groceries, and your bills that you have to pay. This is 50% of your check every month that you can set aside and you know, okay, that's what I need to spend. That's money I don't touch. Then you have 30% of your money that is for wants, which just mean fun stuff like eating out, Netflix, all your streaming platforms, new clothes, stuff like that. And then you have 20% of your money that go into savings or repayment of debt. And here you're pulling the string from step 1 and step 2 together, and you see when you start the budgeting part how much money you spend on unnecessary things, which doesn't mean giving up on them, but maybe you need to step back one moment and see if you really need to spend that much money on a cup of coffee if you can make it at home. For example, I love bagels. I used to buy bagels every time, like pre-packed bagels, and I figured out I can make them at home and they taste good, when not even better. So I started doing breakfast bagels at home and I saved a lot of money. So see where your money goes so that you know how much you can spend. Being aware of your money and your money flows is key to financial glow ups, to budgeting, to having your finances under control. And that brings us to step 3, save first, not last, which basically means you have to treat your savings like a bill you have to pay. As soon as you get paid, move a percentage of that payment into your savings account, even if it's just 20 bucks, 10 bucks. Over time, every penny that you put into the savings account adds up and you can grow a lot of money over the year. It's even better if you're saving towards something when you put a picture of that somewhere so that you can see it. This is where vision boards come in handy. Or if you set an end date to when you want to have X amount of money saved so that you know how much money you have to put into your savings account over the month. So save your money if you have the ability to save money and not everything goes away for your needs, and see where you can get with the savings throughout the year. Step 4 is to start investing. Savings and investment part kind of goes hand in hand for me. The saving part is basically you're taking your money and putting it somewhere else so that you can save for something that you want. Investing is quite the same. You're investing, your money starts working for you. And here the amount of money also doesn't matter. If it's only 10 bucks a month you're putting into your investment, it's still 10 bucks that are working for you. Just see investing like your money working for you. And remember, you don't have to be rich to start investing, but investing helps with getting to your financial goal. There's a reason why so many successful people are investing their money into something, because it's easy. You have to figure out where you want to invest in, and for that there are also apps and there are also people that can help you with that. I'm not an investment pro, and I'm fine with saying that because I have people on my hand that help me with that and that figure out with me where it's safe to put my money into, how the markets look, if it's okay to put my money into that, if I want to invest in long form or in short form. That are all things that you need to figure out, but once you figured out that, the money basically starts working for itself, and it's the coolest way to earn money if you just put some money into something and it starts doing its thing and you're just getting more money out of that. So these are the steps for your financial glow up, and now I'm giving you some tips that help me in my life quite a lot. So here are 5 tips that I got from the people around me that helped me with my money and my view on financial things. Tip 1: you only buy something if you really can pay for it. That's where the savings come in handy. And I know sometimes things break and you need them ASAP. For example, I had the problem with my MacBook, but these are investments where you have to view it out of another perspective. But most of the things I buy in cash completely when I can buy it. Really, 100%. Tip 2: when you're saving and when you try to have your finances in a good shape, always save the amount of one rent. You need to have one backup rent, because if something bad happens or if you get fired from your job, yada yada yada, if something like that happens, you need to have backup for your need payments so that you have 1 month to figure out where you have to go, what are the next steps. So that's also where your savings come in handy. So if you can save money, save as much money as you can, because sometimes life isn't playing your way fully. So you need to have plan B, and this also goes for money, because money is growing on a tree, but you have to get paid to have money. And if that stops for some reason, you need to have that kind of figured out, at least for a month, and then you can take the actions in this month to get to the next rent. Tip 3: if you feel like you don't know enough about insurance, about investments, about how to save money, there are always people that can help you. There are always people that have enough knowledge to sit by your side and help you decide. I, for example, have someone who figures out my whole insurances with me and my whole investments with me. This is the same person, by the way, and I have the big bonus that it's the boyfriend of my sister, so I basically don't have to pay anything, but there are enough financial helpers where you don't have to pay something. I'm not paying nothing to him because I'm kind of his sister-in-law. I'm paying nothing because he works for an organization that don't make money off the people they help, and that's kind of cool. There are a lot of companies like that, but you have to figure out where you want to go and what you want to do with your money, kind of. And you also need to figure out which insurances are really a need, which are a want, and if all your insurances give you the best thing that they can give you, or if you have to switch up some of those things. Tip 4: if you want to save for something big, set an end goal. I, for example, am saving for my first car, and I would love to have that by the start of May. I started saving in this year already, so I have some money saved, but I know I want to have the car set and ready in May, so I need to save X amount of money till April so that I can buy the car in April and figure everything else out in May. So have that set. Have an end date if you want to save for something big. For example, if you want to have a new MacBook for college because your old one just bugs a lot, set a date where you want to have the new one, and then you also can figure out what you do with your old one. I for once am a person, if I don't wear my old clothes anymore, if I don't need my old tech anymore, I sell it so that I can at least make some amount of money of that. And the money that I get from that, I normally invest in the new things. So if you're selling your old MacBook, invest it in your new one. If you're selling old clothes and you want to freshen up your wardrobe, invest this money in new clothes, or put this money you're getting from your old stuff into your saving account. And if you see something that you want, take the money out of there and buy it. And the last tip number 5, is always have a backup. Sometimes there are things that don't go your way. Your washer breaks, you need a new MacBook, your rent rises, and you're like, okay, I have a lot to pay right now. Save money. That's the reason why you need, especially in your adult life, you need to save money for these kinds of events to happen. I know it's hard to put your hard-saved money into something that breaks, where you didn't intend to spend your money on. I had to do that when my MacBook broke, and I hated it because I was saving for something completely different. But these things help and these things happen, and there it helps to have this savings account and to have your money in order. To know where you have to put which amount of money, where you have to put which amount of debt into. If you have all of that figured out, nothing bad can really shock you or hurt you. So fingers crossed this helped you. If you have more questions about saving up, financial glow up, or anything 2025 goals related, you can comment it down below. You can also comment down below what you want to save for in 2025. I would love to see it. And if you found this video helpful, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. And you can also watch the first 2 parts if you haven't already. And you can also share this video with a friend who's ready to thrive in 2025. Let's make this year the year we crush it all together. And without further talking, we see us next week with another video. Make someone's day this week, and we see us. Bye!
Funky.